The Colorado Buffaloes just got an incredibly massive visit from a four-star tight end out of Nebraska. And guys, this is something that we have to talk about because we've talked about how Colorado needs to be able to build in the trenches to rebuild this team, revitalize this program. And so far, you've been able to get your 2024 quarterback in Danny O'Neal. But what kind of weapons are you going to be able to put around him? And that's somebody that they had on campus today. But before we dive into it, please go ahead and hit that like and the subscribe button. Let me know what you all are thinking down in the comments below. Do you think Carter Nelson will be a Colorado Buffalo? Additionally, if you guys haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe because here's the deal. If you see my videos on your feed, if you subscribe, they're not going to show up there any more than they already are. So help a guy out as I'm preparing to get married here in June, and I need all the money I can get. Help me out, guys. Subscribe, watch my videos, like, jump in the comments so that I can hopefully support a family and buy a new house. But to get on to football, Carter Nelson was on campus for the Colorado Buffaloes, Sean Lewis, Coach Prime, and the staff. And this was a huge win because when you look at the kind of teams that are trying to recruit Carter Nelson, Alabama, Auburn, Georgia, you've got Oklahoma, Miami, Michigan, Michigan State, Nebraska, Notre Dame, Texas, A&M, Wisconsin. All of these teams are elite, and they have put out elite players before. And so for Colorado to be able to go and get a visit from a guy like that, by the way, in the most recent updates, is a top, he's a number 123 overall in the 247 rankings and 156 overall in the composite rankings, coming in at the number 10 overall tight end in 247, number 9 in the composite. So Carter Nelson is nobody to mess around with, and I think his stats kind of speak for themselves. In his career, he has 1,047 reception yards, 16 touchdowns, and on the defensive side of the ball, 68 tackles, 7 tackles for loss, 4 sacks, and 1 interception. So Carter Nelson's able to do it all, right? He is an athlete, and this is somebody, well, let me rephrase this. This is a mentality that we've seen for, my football team that I cover all the time, the Oklahoma Sooners. Brent Venables and that staff really go after athletes, guys that can play multiple positions, whether it's on the same side of the ball or whether they can play the opposite sides of the ball. And you're starting to see that with Coach Prime. He's going out there and he's getting guys that are able to play multiple positions, multiple sides of the ball. He wants pure athletes, and that's what you're getting with Carter Nelson. Now, the deal is Carter Nelson is a hard guy to kind of get a read on, right? What is Carter Nelson going to do with his recruitment? Anybody that's been following that recruitment will tell you he's kind of kept to himself, but the multi-sport athlete, because he does play basketball and he does shot put and discus as well. Listen, the kid, it might not be the fastest guy on the field. He has an 11.5 100-meter dash and a 7-foot high jump. But here's the deal. Being a guy that's on the basketball court can tear it up. Being a high jumper and a thrower for someone of his size, he builds up that frame a little bit. Listen, this is a guy that could come in and be a crucial piece for whoever your quarterback's going to be in 2024, because Deion Sanders doesn't have to leave this year if he doesn't want to. He can stay and try to keep helping build this team, maybe give Danny O'Neal a whole year in the cycle, a whole year in the strength and conditioning program. That way, when he leaves, he's leaving this program on good foot. But the Colorado Buffaloes are in really good hands here, really good hands. And over the next couple of weeks, guys, you're going to see huge commitments come down for the Buffs because, yes, we've heard about some of the commitments that are coming down. And you guys have a huge, massive recruiting weekend for your spring game. And the world's watching Coach Prime. And the world's watching what he's going to be able to do and what this team is going to look like. It's going to be on ESPN. That stadium is going to be packed out. It's a massive recruiting weekend. And I know you all are going to be tuning in. And you guys will have to stay right here on this channel to see the most up-to-date Colorado information. But hey, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Let me know what you all are thinking down in the comments below. Remember, if I'm showing up in your feed, I'm going to continue to show up there regardless whether you subscribe or not. So just subscribe. Help me out, guys. I appreciate it.